sorry. But the biggest, I think, will be in a generation, that tunnel would be done right now. It would be finished, and we would be the beneficiaries when we talk about issues of affordability and why it's becoming increasingly more difficult to sustain our families to be able to live in this region. It's when projects like that don't get done, we all feel the brunt of that. We all feel the brunt of that. On Medicaid, because of these sites, we have now, we have a huge hole. I'm not sure how we're going to fix that hole, based on how the state may have to deal with that, and counties at the forefront in administering those benefits. And then last but certainly not least, we are allowing people to go hungry, as our Governor-elect Michael Sherrill says, in the richest nation on earth. And shame, it is shame, it is shame. So we're lucky that the Congresswoman is going to fix and solve all those things for us. But that just gives you a short glimpse, of what we're dealing with. We'd love to hear more about kind of your perspective, Councilman. Thank you for taking the time. I'm honored to have you here with us tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, Congresswoman.
This is honestly something that we've been doing throughout the 10th congressional district since I got elected, having these duo town halls, and really the purpose of it all is for us to hear from you. Take your questions, hear about what is happening. So I really don't like taking a lot of time to talk, because I know how the questions pour in. I know many people want to get their question asked or have their comment broadcasted for everyone to hear. And so it's just a delight for me to be here in Montclair. This evening, I found myself always in Montclair all the time, whether I'm grabbing a cup of coffee that I just did here in town or taking my daughter to many of her activities here in town. But it's great to be here. It's great to represent Montclair, even though we have a little sliver, folks like to remind me, but I'm proud to represent that small sliver of Montclair along with the 17 other municipalities that I have in the 10th congressional district. Look, many of you know, if you didn't know, you wouldn't be here. Some of you may not know, but we are in a state of emergency in this country right now. There are so many things happening where I'm sure you hate to even turn on the news these days. My mom reminds me that she wishes she could just come to the news and hear about regular bad stuff. I'm like, what's regular bad stuff? First of all, what's to hear about regular bad stuff? But she's like, I'm just tired of hearing about the government and the president and all of the vicious, cruel, chaotic things that they are doing each and every day. Today on our newsstand, what's playing it back and forth? Well, the president charging the army and the government to go after 6 Democrats who spoke their mind about the military taking illegal orders. Literally spending all day doing that. And that's why I try to tell people, don't get so, swept up in the things that are happening to me. Yes, they're bad, they're messed up, and it should not be happening. But as I reminded people last May, it might have started with the line of advisor, but it will not end with me. This administration I was just a test, and now they are continuing every day to do things like they're doing to me and many others who, are not in power, who are not elected officials, all of the things that they are going through. Some of the things that Commissioner Gill touched on, one, we're out of a shutdown, thank God, the longest one in history, for all of the damage that it has done. Literally, many counties, many states are trying to catch up, trying to get things back rolling. The SNAP benefits was an entire disaster that this president decided he did not want to feed people in the midst of the shutdown, which was horrible. We got past that, got SNAP back up and running. But literally, families went days without food. And still to this day, people who get SNAP benefits, they don't get enough. People are still struggling even with the ones that they do get. There's something in this country called the working poor. People work every day despite what our president believes. They're not sitting at home on their couch watching TV. They're going to work every day and still not able to buy food, still not able to get health insurance, still not able to pay the high rent that is in this country, specifically here in New Jersey. And so these are the things that we are constantly fighting against this So that is happening along with the whole issue about Medicaid. Some of you here were at our Medicaid town hall a couple of months ago talking about the big ugly bill that passed. And I mean, it's been so much stuff, people forget the big ugly bill passed. They're like, oh, yeah, that did happen. Yes, that happened to put literally almost 17 million people off of Medicaid. When does that take effect? The day after midterm elections. This is how savvy they are. This is why it's so important leading up to midterm elections, because I do hope, Commissioner, that we get into power and we're able to just turn that thing back and we can keep people on their Medicaid. We heard so many families literally every day about how they would be crushed without Medicaid. Literally. And it's not just about those people who are on Medicaid. Sometimes we run into a lot of residents, even some of you might say, oh, I'm not on Medicaid, not gonna be my problem. No, it's your problem. Because the entire health system is going to improve if we do not, if we're not even giving Medicaid reimbursements to your doctor, to these hospitals. If they cannot get those reimbursements, things are gonna go up in cost for you as well. You're gonna be getting a letter soon from your employer saying, hey, you're paying a higher premium. Some people already probably got letters in there about the premium being raised because of the lack of this administration to do something about the ACA tax credits. These are all things that are trickling down in our health system that are going to impact us all, regardless if we get Medicaid or not. We are going to feel this effect. Many of our federally qualified health centers in some of our communities where people go for their primary not to mention, things are just extremely expensive as well. We hear from people going grocery shopping, some people probably hit the store tonight, they get a little Thanksgiving meal. Well, you're gonna leave out with 2 bags, probably the bill $300. For 2 bags. Wondering like, God, I didn't get a lot of packs of meat. How can it be this amount of money? Like my mom always says, I don't spend time buying real food. Like literally, the fake food I wanted to buy is costing me $100 of 2 bags with not a lot of packs of meat. Like the things are just so expensive. That's why we are in a crisis of all the things that we are dealing with in this country right now. And it just continues to get bad every day. The one thing I will tell you is I surely did not come to Congress to think that it would be this terrible, okay? Coming off of the city council, representing the largest city, here in the state of New Jersey, literally I came here to get us more. Because I know from a local level that we just don't have enough, and we need the federal government to step in and do more, play their part, help us with tax credits for childcare, help us with more assistance to affordable health care. All these things, these affordability issues up and down, these are reasons why I came here. And now we're literally fighting just for the crumbs that we have. Like that is what we are up against. And that is the reality of what we're dealing with. Every day I meet people like, hey, why don't you try to do this and do that? Well, in Congress, it works very crazy. The majority